Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Travel Tuesday, and thanks a lot for joining us this week. Now, today we're going to be chatting about traveling with children. So, how do kids and travel insurance go together? Let's see. Now, some of the most common questions. First of all, do children even need travel insurance? If my child has a pre existing condition, will it be covered? My child has a severe allergy. Will they be covered in the event that they have an allergic reaction while traveling? And my child wants to do extreme sports while we're on vacation. Will they be covered if they become injured while doing so? Now, first and foremost, travel medical insurance is imperative for absolutely everybody. This is so important. Just like adults, children need travel medical insurance. Emergencies absolutely can and unfortunately do happen, and your government health insurance plan will not cover any more for children than it will for adults. Remember that when you leave Canada, you're leaving behind between 90 to 100% of your provincial health coverage, and this is completely regardless of age. Now, pre-existing conditions. If your child has a pre-existing condition, it's important for you to be sure that they'll be covered for those conditions or that condition while they're away. Now, typically because of age, children don't need to complete an in-depth medical questionnaire, but they always need to meet the eligibility requirements for the product that they're purchasing. Now, even though they don't need to complete that medical questionnaire, they still need to meet their pre-existing stability period in order to be covered for their pre-existing conditions while traveling. And this all depends on what the pre-existing stability period is that's assigned to your particular plan. Now, be sure to ask your licensed agent or read your policy for information regarding that. A lot of people maybe have children that are on puffers for asthma or have very common conditions that require medication. You want those conditions covered while your kids are traveling. Allergic reactions. In today's day, many children suffer from severe allergies and carry epinephrine with them to treat anaphylaxis. This has unfortunately become extremely common. Now, as mentioned in the previous slide, pre-existing conditions require a stability period, and allergies are considered a pre-existing condition. For example, if your child's stability period is, say, 90 days, and sometime within that 90 days prior to traveling they had an allergic reaction, they would not meet their stability period, and therefore they would not be covered in the event of another allergic reaction while traveling. And this is something that's not necessarily front and center when you purchase travel insurance. So when you do, speak to an agent and be sure you mention all of this. That way they can inform you how it impacts your policy. Now let's talk about extreme sports. If your child is going to be taking part in some kind of extreme sports while traveling, it's really important that you read your policy to determine whether it's a covered expense or not. Typically, it is an exclusion in a policy. So if it is an exclusion in the policy, you'll want to be sure to secure some type of coverage for these types of activities. For example, at Travel Insurance Office Incorporated, we have an extreme sports rider available to add to your policy. So something like this would be really appropriate in this circumstance. You don't want to go without coverage, especially for something like a high-risk activity. That way you can know before you go. Thanks a lot for joining us this week. We're Travel Insurance Office Incorporated. We've been insuring traveling Canadians since 1991. You can check us out online at travelinsuranceoffice.com or by phone at that toll-free number right on your screen. Thanks and have a wonderful week.